I'm gonna put some taps in my maple trees. So here you see a white mark, kind of interesting on this one. Zoom in, you can still see the old tap hole. So I don't think I tapped this one last year, maybe I did. Anyhow, I'll stay clear of that tap hole there and try to show you the steps of how to tap a maple tree. Step one, I have a drill bit and it's marked, I think I marked 1 3/4 inches up on the, with the tape. And when you drill into your tree, you want to stay away from your old tap hole. So there's the old tap hole. So I'm going to come over 6 or 8 inches and then you can go up or down. I'll go down on this one. And I think I'm going to drill right here. So, sorry the camera's shaky. Thing here, I've got my drill set on drill speed, high speed, and got a slightly up angle there. So see if I can drill with one hand and film with the other up to the tape mark. Oh. Well, what have we done here? Right. Well, I guess I didn't have it chucked in tight enough. There we go. Just up to the tape, and you can see a little bit of stuff in there. Don't blow in it. But what we'll do is we'll get a toothpick and then we'll put the tap in. So there's not a ton of debris in this hole. Here's a finger. Anyway, we'll just scrape any of the gross debris out. Pick our tap up from the bucket and put it in the right way. And we'll see if you can see this and hear it. That's good enough. Since I had the bucket with me, hang the bucket on the hook, and I'll go back and I have to get the lid. Okay, you have a lid. The lid's got a wire that slides into and through the tap. Comes into this, makes the stop. Now you have a maple tree that's tapped and ready to go. I don't think it's going to flow today. I just had to get it tapped because we should have our flow in about a week. And this is the only day I had to do it. So not optimal. It's raining kind of nasty out here, but first tree out of 29 for the year. So I was going to tap this tree. It's marked and it's certainly big enough. I was going to even maybe put 2 taps in it. As I walked up to it, I see these bubbles running down. And I looked up and there's no obvious scar or wound. There's some bubbles here. And they're running down. That's about 8-10 foot up. I can't see anything obviously wrong with the tree. It is raining, and you'd say, how do you know that's not water? Well, because of the bubbles. So I was going to tap this tree, and I tend to lean pretty conservative on my tapping. So since this tree has a natural tap in it somehow, we'll leave it alone, move on to the next. So I have a new development for me this year. It's a tap with a tube that will go into a regular bucket. These are the same buckets I would use to store it. I tapped a little bit lower on the tree. There's a few inches of snow on the ground, but it's a negligible amount. So process is the same. You drill your hole, clean it out, start that in there, and take a hold of your hammer. See if I can film and tap again. I'm just tapping lightly. That was a change in the sound. I don't know if you heard it, I did. Anyway, so what this will do is we'll just put this tube, about 7/16 OD, into the bucket hole I drilled. Easy for me to say, easy for me to do one-handed. Oh dear. Yeah, I'll have to do that part off camera. Anyway, I want to try these. These were cheaper, so all I had to buy, it came with a tap in this tubing, and there was 10 of them, and I had these buckets already. They're only $1.25 for a 4-gallon bucket. So instead of about $8.50 a tap, I'm less than half of that. So this is the first year I'm going to be using these. We'll see how they do. Okay, there's a little bit better shot of the setup. I've got the tubing run into the bucket. I had to wobble it out a little bit with a pocket knife, but I'll put a brick on the lid here, and this will let me collect 4 gallons or so. There's been a very few days where I needed to go more than the 3-gallon collection bucket, but whatever. A little bit of optionality. Anyway, so I've got 9 more of these to put in, and then I'll be done, tapped in for the season. So there's the bucket. I have a string of them here. It's white on white, so I don't know if you can see. And then I put a tree hanging bucket out there. I've got a couple tree hanging buckets over this way. So 29 taps for the year, and got some down here as well. But anyway, I had fun making the video, even though it was in the rain, and I hope you found it useful.